what's wise, people, what's wise, man? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. Say no to tobacco, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the wise guy who once was that fool. Ha ha. Yeah, man, we're finna get off into a few little stories today, man. We're gonna get straight on into it, man. Sweat travels from your head down to your feet, not from your feet to your head. And what I mean by that is this right here. The hating starts from the top. Yeah, the wise guy finna speak to you guys today about the hate. The hating, man. The hating, the jealousy, and all that comes from the top, man. And then it travels down to the feet. You know where I'm coming from? Let me give y'all a little story, right? It's a few people around here, right, that I know, you know, how they started out, you know. They really didn't have no attention, you know. So they was hanging around people at this time who had the attention. They didn't have a lot of money. They had the attention. See, back when it all started, you know, all you had to do was just be real. You know, that's what people recognized back in the days before all this unnecessary stuff came about. Let me say it that way. See, back in the days, you recognized what was real, then you knew what it was. You know where I'm coming from? So real didn't come with a price tag. It didn't come with you trying to make yourself look good. It didn't come with you trying to floss. It didn't come with you trying to have the baddest woman in the hood or the baddest woman on the block. It didn't come with none of that. Being real was just you being real with who you is. No matter if you were the ugliest person, the coldest person, the smartest person, the dumbest person, no matter who you was or what you was, as long as you was real, you had the attention. Because that's what was rocking back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Being real, you know? Now what came about was this right here, right? You had people who was wanting that attention that they saw other people getting. And the other people who was wanting this attention, you know what I'm saying, they started making money, right? Having this money, started doing stuff and all that. So what they started doing was buying nice cars, wearing nice jewelry, putting on nice outfits, you know what I'm saying? Shit, if they had crooked teeth or messed up or missing teeth, they go out there and go get them fixed, put golds and diamonds all in their mouth and all that stuff. You know where I'm coming from? So what happened about was this right here. This is when everything switched over. When being yourself wasn't real. Now it comes down to when you being yourself, you may be the person that I always say, happy with $2. The $2 is what makes you happy. You're not worrying about nothing else. As long as your bills paid and you got $2 in your pocket, that's what makes you happy. You understand? That's what made you so real, because you was able to be yourself. You weren't trying to be nothing else but that, you know? So like I said, here come back now the people who wanted attention, who tried to buy it. So they come in, like I say, with the fancy cars, you know where I'm coming from, the nice jewelry and all that, you know what I'm saying, showboating and all this and all that, coming out with this money, you know? I'm finna talk to you guys now about buying a position instead of earning it, you know? So it goes back to now, it goes to this. These people that want this attention, who didn't have the attention because they didn't know how to be real. They didn't know how to keep it real with themselves. They was being so fake that they didn't even know who they was. You understand what I'm saying? But they seen the other guys, like I said, with the attention. Now here it goes right here. So now they see the guy who was happy with the $2 getting all this attention, and they got all this money. So the people around this guy that's happy with the $2, they go telling the people around them, hey man, shit, that's like I got this going on, I got that going on, I got this going on, man. Come rock with me. You know what I'm saying? And as he's telling these people to come rock with him and come chill with him and all this and all that, he's throwing out breadcrumbs to him. You know what I'm coming from? I'm gonna say he or she, because go both ways. He or she throwing out them breadcrumbs out. You know where I'm coming from? So I call that buying a position. You know where I'm coming from? Because you're only buying people's loyalty, really, at that point. Because whenever you stop giving them the money and you stop looking out for them, they show who they really is to you. They show how they really feel about you. You understand what I'm saying? So buying a position is like this. You buying a bunch of people around you who's only around you to benefit off of you. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, you buy a position for the people to like you. And this is what makes the people who buy positions snakes right here. Because behind your back, they go say all kind of bad things about you and say, hey, I'm riding, they can be riding a Mercedes-Benz, right? So this is what they go say behind your back. Sure, somebody may ask them, hey man, where the wise guy at? I'm using me as an example. Somebody may ask them, hey, where the wise guy at, right? They say, the wise guy be hating on him because I'm driving in his Benz and he's still stuck with that $2 in that colors. You know where I'm coming from? So he hating on me, man, so I don't fool with him no more. You know where I'm coming from? So the outcome of why this guy's telling us, these outsiders, that, man, I don't fool with the wise guy no more because he broke. He ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? He hating on everybody. He talk down on this person, talk down on that person. You know where I'm coming from? He's just a broke individual, hurting and going through all kind of things in his life. So they go share their story with people, right? So when they go share these stories with these people, I'm just using me as an example. But real life is really what be going on, you know. But hey, I'm gonna say this. So they get around these people, you know what I'm saying? And these people souls are for sale, right? But what the people don't understand, that by position, you can't buy loyalty. There's no way that you can buy anyone's loyalty. That's only earned with the way your heart is, you know. So the way your heart operates is the only way that you're gonna earn loyalty, not by the money you spend. So this is what the people find out when they buy the positions, right? So they go say all this bad stuff about the wise guy, you know what I'm saying? And then one day, they're not able to give to the people like they used to give. You know what I'm saying? Ain't able to help like they used to help. You understand me? So these same people that they was trying to buy their soul come back to the wise guy and say, hey man, don't you know these people said this, and this people said that, and this person said this, and this person said that. Like, dang, for real? Why would that person say this and say all this? And then every time I see them, they always smiling in my face. Wonder why they doing that. You know where I'm coming from? So I share that story with you, which it was a long story, just to break it down to you guys how the jealousy and the hate starts from the top, not from the bottom. So I'm on the bottom. I ain't never been on the top. I don't even care to be on the top. I like playing in the middle. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, I like playing in the middle. It ain't no farther up or down there. You're able to hold your balance. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I like to play, you know? But in the outcome of it, like I say, these guys that buy these positions, talking down, it comes from the top. They talk down on the people on the bottom. Because it may goes down like this, like I just told y'all how they'll go say certain stuff about the wise guy, right? The wise guy finds out that they saying this, right? So what the wise guy do is call them up on the line. Like, hey man, what's going on with y'all, man? Why this type of stuff like this is getting said when I'm not around, man? You know where I'm coming from? Then here they go, oh, I didn't say nothing like that, man. Why they saying stuff like that? You know, most of the time, you know, this is what I come up with. It all comes from the top, man. Just because I tell a person who got some money in their pocket that they fake or they ain't real, you know what I'm saying, they snake and all outdoors, I tell them in their face, not behind their back. You know where I'm coming from? So in the outcome of that, me saying that to them, behind my back, they go try to tell people, buy people's soul to make them feel the same way that they feel. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, that's how it's going, man. That's how it's been going. You know, it's almost like I share with you guys when I come about sharing blocking blessings. I shared that for a reason, man. Because it's almost like this, right? Just imagine you knowing somebody who don't mind investing $1 million into somebody, right? Now, let me say this to you. Just imagine this. They don't mind investing $1 million into somebody, right? But the somebody that they invest into, it got to be a real straight up guy. You know what I'm saying? It can't be no snake guy or no half stepping guy, because ain't nothing come positive out of that. You know where I'm coming from? So now just imagine you know some people who don't mind investing some money into a guy who know how to do certain things. You know where I'm coming from? And just imagine you the guy that's going around telling these people who's trying to invest into the wise guy ain't no good. The wise guy this and the wise guy that and the wise guy this. But all this stuff is getting said behind the wise guy back. But every time I see these people who say this stuff, it's always they didn't say it. You know where I'm coming from? So that's what I always share about blocking blessings, you know? It's gonna be some people out here that's ready to invest in somebody with ideals and trying to do things that'll brighten the light up out here in the world so everyone else can see better than what they see, right? When I say hate started at the top, jealousy started at the top, these guys don't have the ideals or the intelligence that the wise guy has. So what they do to the guys that's probably wanting to sit down at the table with me, they go say all this old bad stuff about me. And the guys that they're listening to it don't even know nothing about me. And they may tune in to one of my shows, and one of my shows I may be going hard on a snake, right? So they like, damn, he is talking bad about everybody. But what they ain't understanding is the person that they sitting right next to that's dirtying up my name is the person that I'm talking about. I just don't put the name in it. So now imagine you sitting in a seat, comfortable, living the life the way you want to live it, right? And it's people that's trying to get next to you that's trying to invest in certain things that you're doing, right? And you got a snake who look like money trying to dirty up your name and make everybody look at you like you the poison person when all the time he's a snake or she's a snake. How would you feel about that? So that's because I share certain things that I share. I'm not talking about everybody when I be sharing the stuff that I share on my pages. I'm sharing it to certain people who know who and what I'm talking about. You know where I'm coming from? But I'm going to get off of that. We're going to get on this right here. I keep on wanting to say this. People, I always say stop looking like money, right? But I'm going to say it this way today. Those who look like money are the ones that tell lies. They know real, they not real at all. The only thing about them is real. It's the money that they have in their pocket, if they even have that. So this is what's been going on. This ain't even no opinion. This is some experience, life lessons right now is what I'm sharing with you guys. You know where I'm coming from? The guys who play like they got money, the guys who look like they have money, or maybe even the guys who have money, right? Half of them is hurt. A lot of y'all don't even know this. They even hurt from what happened as a kid. Their parents not loving them correctly. They either hurt because the woman that they wanted to be with ended up fucking their best friend. Well, scratch that out. I ain't mean to cuss. End up messing with their best friend. Some type of way. They end up hurting their heart. And the hurt that's inside their heart, they take it out on those who don't look like them or have the same things that they have. So if you ever just peeped it out, because I don't want to be the only one to look at it like this, because that open the gates up for them to call me a hater. See, when you get to talking about people about with money, to cover up their dirtiness or their snake ways, the first thing they say is, oh, he just broke. He got a reason why he say this. He's trying to get what I got. Nah, man, it's people out here that's happy with $2 as long as their bills is paid, man. And that's my riddle. You understand what I'm saying? As long as their damn bills is paid, man, shit, and they got $2 in their pocket, they ain't have no worry in the world. You understand me? But to those out here that's trying to be rich and want to be rich and want to look like they're rich, see, they have a lot of worries. They don't want to lose their position. They don't want nobody else to come up and take the positions that they have. They don't want nobody to come and get the action that they have. That's why I keep trying to share with everybody how the hating starts from the top. Them be the main ones shooting you down behind your back without you even knowing. You know where I'm coming from? And here's how I'm sharing with you guys. As you get older, you get to see the same people who have money still having money. You have to ask them, either ask yourself this. What do they do that's smart that brings the people together? What do they do that's smart and educated to lift up people who's not in the same situations or in the same boat as them? You know? I share that to say this. You know where I'm coming from? It's nothing that they do. And this is why I try to tell y'all they're not smart. This is why I share with you guys how they're not smart. They're only smart about how to fuck over you. They're only smart about how to make you feel that they care about you. They're only smart enough to make you feel how you somebody as long as you spending money with them. As long as they're able to benefit off of you in some type of way, they gonna fuck with you, right? Soon as the day that you fall down or can't see a clear vision, they still got money, right? You done spent all your money with them. Shopping at their stores, you know where I'm coming from? Doing everything you do for them to get that money that they got. You understand what I'm saying? What do they do that's smart to lift you up? What do they do that's smart to invite you to a picnic? What do they do that's smart to let you know that they love and respect the things that you done for them? It's almost like you have to not, one day you have to just go in the store and say, man, let me get a pop or a case of pop right here. and then I'm gonna pay you Friday though, right? So they'll let you get it because they want, like, that's what keeps them going, the money, right? So they'll let you get the pop. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like only way you gonna benefit off of them or see a light with them, you have to be like this. Man, let me get that case of pop right there, man. I'll get you Friday. It don't even come Friday. Other than that, they ain't gonna do a damn thing for you or show you no type of love after they done benefited the way that they have. See, in their eyes, they don't look at it as they benefited. Because they said, you have to come to my store. You're a damn lie. You ain't the only one selling pop. And if I was a jealous, hating person at the top, I'll be hating and telling everybody that don't even fuck with you and go to your store. Now, if I was like you, would you be able to rock with the money that you have? Would you be able to live the life that you live, playing like you rich? If people will go around and dirty mac you and snake you and do everything that you do to people? It would never happen, man. It would never happen, man. But we're going to get off of that and get on this right here. I was watching the the podcast show the other day. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at Dad and Snoop, right? I got to speak a little bit about that. And this is what I'm hearing. So, I don't know. They're hearing that Dash was one of the main guys behind Death Row. Not when it comes to the money. Just like I keep trying to tell y'all, some people that are just happy with $2. What I mean by Dash was being the real head behind Death Row is this right here. Producing the music. See, without the music, you don't have no rappers. See all them hot songs that y'all was listening to? Tupac and Snoop Dogg and Dre and all them y'all was listening to? Some of y'all thought it was Dre the one that was producing them tracks. You know what I'm saying? But that was really Dash the Diligent on the ones and twos on that keyboard. You know where I'm coming from? Coming out with them sounds that we was listening to, that everybody listened to and still listen to today. You know where I'm coming from? So without that sound, there's no Death Row. That's why it was so easy to get rid of Dre. Because Dash was really the one dropping the tracks. You understand what I'm saying? And this is where I don't get it right here on you, Snoop. You already been done a certain way when Death Row signed you up, right? Playing with you, playing how they playing with your money. You know what I'm saying? Forced you to go over there and sign with no limit to get your money. You know where I'm coming from? So ain't this almost like how you was doing, the way you doing your cousin? So sometimes you got to ask yourself, man. It's like they always say this. They say this. What is it to gain the world and lose yourself? So a lot of y'all rich folks got to ask yourself this. Some of y'all don't even care. That's what makes y'all devil, you know. But some of y'all got to ask yourself this right here. What is it to gain the world and lose yourself? Just a lot of lost people, a lot of rich lost people out here, man, that don't even feel comfortable hanging around nowhere. Don't even feel comfortable going nowhere if it ain't with their woman. You know what I'm saying? Or their kids. They stuck in the box, like I shared with you guys on a lot of other subjects I talk about. It's this box they stuck in. They're trying to gain the world. And they losing themselves in the process of gaining the world. My partner asked me a question a couple of weeks ago. He was like, do I still have the same friends that I had as I got bigger? You know? And I started thinking about it. I thought about it and thought about it. I said, you know what? The more and more you climb to the top, or climb, even from the bottom to the middle, however it go, you start losing certain friends for some reason. So he was right when he asked that question. So I'm like, damn, that is true right there. So I'm like, it's almost like this. That's why I got to thinking. Is we losing ourselves as we climb to the top? It's a good question, I had to ask myself, I ain't came up with that answer yet. Are we really losing ourselves as we climb? Because it goes back to the story I just said, what I just asked, what is it to gain the world and lose yourself? Because everybody was friends, man, when we didn't have no money. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody was friends, not even thinking about making money. But then once we start making money, start climbing, getting good jobs and climbing, certain people wasn't around no more. So I'm still kind of puzzled with that question. I still got to do a little bit more thinking, Did we actually lose ourselves as we start climbing? I'm going to get off of that and get on this right here. You know where I'm coming from? Snoop, pay your kinfolk that money, though, before I get on that other subject. Snoop, pay that kinfolk that money, man. He well worth it. And all y'all got to do is sit back and drop another track and drop another song, let it go platinum and get some more money, man. You know where I'm coming from? Stop putting that money, man, before the love of the blood, man. Family or not, man. We all family, man, just because of the color of the skin, not because of the last name. You know where I'm coming from? We all come from one place. Once we really understand what it really is. Like they say, we all come from a womb. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, we all come from a womb, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get off of that, man. We're going to get on this. I ain't going crazy. I see everybody going crazy on Kevin Hart. He out there and told some jokes about some powerful people out there, different color people, And they say he deleted the jokes, He took the jokes off and let it, and continue to do what he do, make that money without using them jokes that he was using, Let me say it like this, before he got the money, them jokes is what got the people behind him. They got the people to ride with him. Got the people to understand, well, I wonder if this guy don't speak up and move the way that nobody else is moving. The jokes that he was using at this time. You know where I'm coming from? And this is before he even got a name. But now that he got this name, Kevin Hart is taking them jokes away. So this is all I heard on the internet that everybody mad at him and saying he taking the money. I'm going to say this real quick, man. I don't know nothing about it, don't have nothing to do with it. It's just I keep hearing it. And it's going on everywhere, too. We got brothers knocking down brothers. That's why I keep telling y'all that hate and the jealousy start from the top. You know where I'm coming from? There's brothers that got the same type of money he making, talking down on him. You know where I'm coming from? Because brothers that's on the bottom, word don't matter no way. You understand me? So I'm going to say this. When's we going to get off of that negative frequency that's being programmed in our brain? We have to recognize that it's being programmed. And what I mean by that negative frequency It's that frequency that keeps you separated from your people, man. It's that frequency that keeps you talking and down talking and snaking and all that, from stopping you from connecting with your people, man. That negative frequency that's stopping you from inviting your neighbor over for a plate. Let me say it that way. When we gonna stop allowing that negative frequency to flow inside this positive body? When we gonna stop that? First, we have to recognize it, though, don't we? In order to stop it. So I think that's probably what it is. A lot of you people out here don't recognize that it's a negative frequency that's flowing through your guy's body, that's programming y'all's brain to look at life a certain way, you know. And if it ain't the negative frequency that's flowing through out here in this world, it's the books that you guys pick up and read, you know. What I realized out here as I got older and getting older, the more and more you speak about 2 + 2 = 4, they don't want nobody to know that. They don't want nobody to know the reason why 2 + 2 = 4 and that 2 + 2 = 4. They don't want to know that you have common sense to understand that even 3 + 1 = 4. They do not want you to use it. And if you out here speaking about 2 + 2 is 4 and 3 + 1 is 4, they're taking your views away, because they do not want nobody to open up their eyes to a clear vision. Because it's almost about like the reset button that I keep trying to tell you guys about. Just imagine a ladder that you only get so far on a ladder until you can't go no higher. Let me say it that way, right? So what's happening is they're realizing that brothers and sisters is getting up that ladder, you know? So it's almost like this. We have to remember what's already been done and what's already been said. You understand me? We have to understand that the world is surrounded with water. We have to know that our science, you know, we got to get off into the science, man. I understand that copper, salt water, silver, other ingredients actually form a battery to give you electric, give you light, you know. So basically electric is free. So this reset button that they see us getting to, it's almost back how it all started back in the days, income and taxes. Income and taxes, you know what I'm saying? Started from the church. You know where I'm coming from? Income and taxes. See, with the income and taxes, you're able to control the people to, no one is going to be able to perform to the best of their ability when they're stressing. Nobody's going to be able to do exactly what needs to be done when they're hurting, right? The same Snicker bar, Mr. Good bar, that I was buying for 50 cents is $2 in the store today. The same chocolate, same peanuts, made by the same company. They want to blame it, prices is getting high because of this and because of that. It's the reset button that I keep on trying to tell you guys about. Prices go up. Stress mode, right? Survival mode. Survival tactics. Survival tactics. You don't love nobody. You're only trying to survive. In the world that we living in that's free, with people with billions and billions of dollars, you have to understand somebody don't want y'all to know that 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. Even if you take 5 and subtract it by 1, you still get 4. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe that was the reason why the money got printed. In God we trust. On every dollar bill. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe that was the reason why they started inventing Mercedes-Benzes, BMWs, Lexus. Maybe that's the reason why they building 8-bedroom houses. And they finding people like Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg to be their puppets for everybody else to be just like them. Not to understand that it's an obstacle out here in this race that was forced up on us. Electric free, water free, gas free. Why is the price tags on it? What is the mission behind it all? Everything have a reason. Ain't nothing done just because it's done. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get off of that because I know you guys don't like putting that type of stuff out there for the people to hear when you get to talking common sense. You know, they want us to be on this negative vibe, talking about who fighting over here and who fighting over there. So I'm gonna get off of that and get on this right here before I get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been showing you guys about the Arcadia Lake situation now. So to give y'all a little update on that. Now they done got 6 people now. Now we done found out. They said the white guy that's supposed to have been walking around, they say we done find out now that he's not a white guy. He's a mixed breed guy. You know where I'm coming from? If you see him on the news, he look white, but he's a brother. Just like I was trying to tell people, you know, when they was sort of talking to me about it. I was like, nah, man, white people ain't that stupid to start a riot that way. You know where I'm coming from? Because one thing I can tell you about brothers out here, man, there's a lot of brothers who don't even care about if they live or die tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? They playing with things on their guns, switches or buttons or whatever they call. You know what I'm coming from? So now I know they ain't trying to start no riot that way. You know where I'm coming from? So you got to be smart about what it is. So I kind of knew then when everybody was trying to turn it into a racist thing then, that it wasn't about no racist thing then. You know where I'm coming from? Then I started hearing little rumors about how certain people got jumped. Well, I'm just going to say a rumor, and I could say, yeah, a rumor. I'm going to say it that way. Then after I started hearing this rumor about one of the big boys in the jailhouse getting jumped on, you know, by certain people, you know where I'm coming from. I started hearing that. I'm like, huh. Everything started rocking to me, coming to me, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. So like I keep trying to tell everybody about common sense, you know where I'm coming from? Yeah, that's where common sense kicked in. Like, nah, that ain't no racist thing, that's gang banging. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of gang banging and a lot of kids who don't understand that it's different ways to take care of business, man. All that shooting in the crowd, man, and shooting innocent people, man, that ain't gangster to me. But I guess it is to some of y'all. Well, what's so crazy? Those who look at that like it's gangster, they all snitching on each other though. That's the craziest thing right there. It's so gangster to them till they all start telling on each other. You know where I'm coming from? Started with 2 people. 1 person get caught. 2 people get caught. 3 people get caught. Now with 6 people get caught. I wonder if the 6th person gonna tell on the 7th person. You understand what I'm saying? But this is how it's gonna go out here though, you know. I just give y'all a little update because I've been updating you guys about the Arcadia shooting with 2 dozen people getting injured, 1 losing their life, you know, a little teenage woman losing her life and everything, you know, behind it, you know. Like I said, they got 6 people now. You know, in the process of this, I was telling my kinfolk the other day, we was talking about this. You know how back in the days in other countries, they got shooting squads. I don't know if y'all ever did know anything about this. You know, I used to do a little searching, so I look up stuff, you know. But anyway, they had shooting squads. So if you're doing something that was so bad, you know what I'm saying, instead of you going, they ain't even finna waste their time feeding you in the penitentiary. Now, they ain't finna waste their time on you when you out there doing certain stuff. What they gonna do is put you in front of some bricks, right? They gonna get like 20 people with AK assaults. Rifles, you understand me? They gonna all point this rifle right at your chest and your brain. You know where I'm coming from? You're gonna have 5 people aiming at your heart. You're gonna have 5 people aiming right at the top of your brain. You understand me? They're gonna give you a 5 count. Once they get to 5, you're gonna hear all 20 of them bullets go off. I think they need to bring that to America, man. And that's just my opinion. You know where I'm coming from? Because these guys right here ain't scared of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure if you put these guys in front of these shooting squads and these fire squads, I bet it'll wake them up. But that's just my opinion. You know where I'm coming from? That's just my opinion. You know where I'm coming from? But I think that's what will happen if we start doing that. You know what I'm saying? But before I get out here, I'm going to get on this right here. My brothers and sisters that be on this racing stuff, man. Racist, you know, black, white, and all this and all that. There's no way that we could point our fingers at the white man. Through this interview today, I've been talking to you guys about it's nobody, brothers out here with money that's pulling brothers together or sisters together. Nobody out here trying to put barbecues together. Nobody trying out here loosen up, tighten up loose screws. You don't see that in our generation of people, our black brothers and sisters. You don't see it at all. What we see is, like I shared with you guys in this interview, is a lot of he broke, he this, or he ain't got no money. That's what we see. You know what I'm saying? Talking about each other, going at each other's throats. And everybody that's speaking the truth with a true meaning get put on the back. Nobody see and understand them. You know? So in the outcome of it, how can we complain about what they doing to us when we're doing it to ourselves? How can we complain, blame, point fingers at any one of them when we don't even like our own people? We can't even go hang around our own people today without somebody saying, I don't like this person, I hate that person, I don't understand that person, all of that. So if anything, racist is in our own people. We racist towards our own people. It's almost like the Willie Lynch, when they say the light skin against the dark skin, the right against the wrong, the ugly against the look good, the broke against the rich, separated. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, you'll never understand where the wisdom coming from. So we're doing it to ourselves. Like I explained in one of my subjects the other day, you can't take a U-Haul to the grave with you. There's no way that you could take a U-Haul to the grave with you. The only thing you're going to be able to take to the grave with you, and you done seen this because you done have people around you that's resting in peace today. You done seen it with your own eyes. Only thing they took with them was us loving them, being there for them, showing them that we cared when they was on their last legs. We was there. Because that's the love we had. Why that love, that respect is not shown right now today. So we can't be blaming the white man for what he do, or the this or for what they do. Nah, we do it to ourselves, man. You know where I'm coming from? We do it to ourselves. So if anybody racist, we racist. So once we're able to fix that problem, then we can understand what's really going on out here in this world that we live in. You understand me? And I got one thing that came to my mind. I ain't gonna let you get away with this one neither. My homegirl, man, the other day, yeah, she called me for my birthday, and I told her I was gonna come down there and kick it with her. Yeah, I'm gonna air you out, cause you said something to me I ain't like. Cause I know there's other girls that's just like you too. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, she called me talking about this and this and that and that. I said, hey, I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna come kick it with you and everything. You know where I'm coming from? But they had a surprise birthday party going on for me. You know what I'm saying? So the outcome of it, I didn't get to make it. You understand what I'm saying? And when she called, calling my phone, I didn't answer the phone. You understand what I'm saying? So by me not answering the phone, by the time I left for where I was at and got back to the house, I called her. It wasn't nothing, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours later. I'm calling her on her phone, right? She ain't answering the phone. So I automatically text her back and say, shit, it's all good. Enjoy yourself. I already know you had something else that you had to do if I wasn't going to show up anyway. That's all I said, left it alone. Man, she called me a negative ass nigga and all this and all that and all this. So I asked her this question right here. I said, okay, so what did you do then? Why you didn't answer the phone when I called you? She said, I'm going to keep it real with you. This is why she's my friend, because she keep it 100 with me, you know what I'm saying? She don't lie about nothing. So this is what she said. I said, why you didn't answer the phone? She said, well, I did go out there and kick it with my homeboy, but we didn't do nothing. I bust out laughing like a mother. I said, how the hell am I negative then if what I said you went done is what you done? I say that to say this. A lot of you negative women out here, I know she ain't the only one. I understand what y'all are doing now. I had to go through this last situation to actually understand it, right? Man, you can be 100 to a woman, right? And be solid. You know, what these dudes done did, since you play, everybody tried to play basketball, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, playing basketball gets you noticed. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of attention, especially if you're good at what you do on the basketball court. It gets you a lot of attention, But what these women now don't understand is all kind of different basketball players, man. You got some who don't really know how to play, but they basketball players, right? You got some that probably don't know how to do nothing but defend, but they still a basketball player. You got some that don't probably know how to do nothing but score, you know? You got some who probably just know some shit, you know what I'm saying? But then you got some that know how to do it all. You kind of dig what I'm saying? Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, point guard, or center. They play them all. You know where I'm coming from? So what I'm saying is this. When we say we some basketball players, right? Stop looking at the real basketball players like we these faulty ass basketball players out here using the game of basketball to draw attention. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't using the game of basketball to draw attention. Basketball is what we really play. You can go ask the coach. You understand what I'm saying? But back to this negativity stuff that these girls be on, right? Soon as these women out here, I ain't gonna say all of y'all, soon as y'all put inside y'all head something negative about a man or a boy or whoever you're talking to at the time, man, that man or boy probably not even moving that way. But guess what? Soon as y'all put that shit in y'all's head, y'all going to act like a garden tool. Man, as soon as y'all put that negative thought in y'all's head, there y'all go out there in the garden moving like a tool. I'm talking about the tomatoes, the apples, and the plums, and all of them know about you. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the craziest thing out here right here. But I'm going to get on up out of here, you know what I'm saying? I'm done with all that. But you girl right there that's negative out here, it would not hurt you at all to think positive for a second before you even think anything negative. You understand what I'm saying? And this is wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. Like and subscribe, leave me some comments, you know what I'm saying? And don't forget to get out there, man, and check my boy Jay Trials out, man. You know where I'm coming from? I know y'all ain't out here checking him out, but maybe y'all is, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Check him out, like and subscribe and get out there and let that boy know that y'all love him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the wise guy who once was that fool. I swear to God on my blood, I'm up out of here. Ha ha.